Oh, hey, welcome folks. This is Construction 2030. We are building our Keepsake box. You should have a nice, beautiful plan like this. You should definitely look through the plan, make sense of it, figure out all the parts you need. I'm going to start showing how to build it. And in the end, hopefully it looks something nice like this. This one's built of white oak, padauk, and walnut. And I'm just going to start one out of cherry. And I'm not sure what other fancy woods I'm going to use, but I'll decide as I go along. So the first thing you need to do is find a piece of hardwood, probably with my help. It's good to build out of whatever wood you're going to use for your later project, so you get used to that type of wood. Then you need to figure out rough lengths and widths of the pieces you need. What I did is I am building the sides and ends first in step one. And so it's 5.5 for the ends and 9 inches for the sides. So about 16 inches will get each piece. They're only 2 wide, so I should be able to get quite a few of them out of here. Okay, so I just need one 16-inch stripe. I can get up 3 2-inch widths out of it, and I'll even have some extra. There's 2 options to do the rough cuts on your hardwood. You can do them on the miter saw, or you can do them on the bandsaw if you're not flat here. When you're using the miter saw, tight to the fence, fingers off the trigger. We can hold it outside the danger zone. If we have to reach in the danger zone, we'll use our push stick. And then we'll get the trigger, check it with the blade. Ready to cut. Go down nice and slow with hardwood. It's quite hard, and I keep the blade down till it totally stops spinning, just so I don't reach into the danger zone, and you should do that too. Now this piece is wider than 6 inches, and so I have a couple options. I can either rough cut the width on the bandsaw, which you would have done a lot in grade 10, but what I'm going to do is actually show you a little shortcut, which is to adjust the width on, or to flatten both faces on the planer, and then come back to the jointer. So let's go over to the planer. Okay, so I have a student here who has a piece that's warped in both ways, and he can't really cut it on the miter saw, so he's going to use the bandsaw just to do his cross cut, because he's not too worried about it being square at this point. So go ahead here. And now he'll be able to go to the planer and get his flat faces. Okay, so now I'm at the planer. I just want to show a bit more clearly. I have my side, a side, an end, and I have an extra stripe here. So that's what I meant by rough cut. I kind of know how all the pieces are going to fit onto the wood. So now, to use this planer to flatten the face, I'm going to put the cup face down, and I'm going to flatten the top. I'm going to have to turn on the dust collector to use the planer. This is the long switch here. Once I have this face flat, now I can flip it over and flatten this face and adjust it to my finished thickness, which is going to be 1/2 inch as per my plan. Okay, so I've got 2 flat faces and I have it to finished thickness. Now I'm going to go over to the jointer and get one nice flat edge, square to a face, before I go to the table saw. So here we are at the jointer. The danger zone for the jointer is inside, below here or inside saw and cut the width. Okay, so here I'm at the table saw. I want to adjust the width of my piece. I have it to finished thickness. I got a nice flat edge. First I'm going to put the blade to the right height, so it's just above my lumber. I want to put the flat edge against the fence, and I want to set the fence to my width, which in this case is 2 inches. Now my danger zone is between the miter slots in here, and I'm going to have to get too close in this case, so I'm going to use my push sticks to keep my fingers away. Is it good? Mm-hmm. Good? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm at the table saw. I'm going to cut my boards to width, making sure my jointed edge is against the fence. Big button out, and we'll use the push sticks just because we're in the danger zone. Make sure the blade's completely stopped before you reach into any danger zone, because it's still spinning and dangerous. You'll also notice I cut a third piece, and this is just kind of a spare at this point, but there's a couple parts of this box that are quite tricky, so it's good to have a spare in case you screw one of your pieces up. So that's it for steps 1 and 2, and good luck.